I'm Nathaniel Mellors, and I'm here on the occasion of the exhibition of Ourhouse at the ICA. And Ourhouse at the ICA is 3 episodes of a 6-part video series that I've written and am in the process of producing. And we're showing everything that's made so far, as well as an animatronic sculpture called Hippie Dialectics, which is cast from one of the main characters in the story. The character played by Richard Bremer, a character called Charles Maddox Wilson, who's also known as Daddy. The prosthetics are cast from the actor's face, and it's doubled. There's a sort of yellow tinted one and a blue tinted one, and it's joined together by its own hair, and it sort of talks to itself.
Yes. Yes.
So there's just a few lines from a scene which this animatronic plays out, and the idea with the animatronics, I suppose, is that they're sort of, it's almost like they've fallen out of the film in a way. I think the idea of sculpture is really fundamental in this work, Ourhouse. Within the scenario, there's a kind of sculptural device which is central to it, which is this character who is called the object, that is the kind of occupying force that appears in the house. At the moment, there's a step outline for 6 episodes, which just sort of describes what's going on in every scene. And but you know, it's sort of natural to revise these things as it develops. The concourse is a small mini exhibition called Third Leg with 3 Gs, which is a selection of artists who I would take inspiration from. The talks and film we've put together with, well, I invited Mark Pilkington to really lead with the talks because he's doing brilliant work with Strange Attractor, and I thought it would be terrific to ask Mark who he thought would be appropriate. So I've put this film sequence together and just planned that with Mark, and Mark's put this very rich talks program together, and really excited about the whole thing. Certainly with this kind of film video production, it's a practical necessity. They are always big group works, so I have a kind of sense of authorship with it in that, you know, sort of written the scripts and come up with the idea or something, but then that could sink or swim based on the quality of the other people involved. I co-run, I should say, Junior Aspirin Records, which I set up in 2002 with Dan Fox and Andy Cook. This label concern has been running for a while, and we're doing a Junior Aspirin night towards the end of the exhibition, which will be to launch 2 new albums on Junior Aspirin, one by Socrates that practices music, and that's their first album, which is sounding terrific. It's an album called Further Conclusions Against an Italian Version, brackets BAT. And in the final week of the show, we've got a Well-Rounded Records night, which is my old friend Ashley Marlowe. He's set up a dance music label about 1.5 years ago called Well-Rounded Records. Essentially, it's a kind of house-based label, but with a kind of hybrid influences of UK garage and dubstep. So there's lots of exciting stuff going on. There is a lot of parallel interest. There's a kind of interest in esoteric subjects. There's a crossover with what Mark's doing, and sort of a research area of stuff that I'm looking at. A lot of ideas that are circling around inside Ourhouse kind of cross over with themes in the talks. So it feels like it's all kind of that there's a big pool of shared interests